From domestic politics to the interdependence of economies, a new report warns these non-geopolitical factors have often led to, quote, less than ideal responses on the security front in the Asia-Pacific. The regional security assessment released by London-based think tank International Institute of Strategic Studies comes ahead of a key annual defense gathering in Singapore this weekend. CNA's Olivia Siong tells us what some of these factors are and their impact on the region.
Clashes in the South China Sea. Increased military activity in the Taiwan Strait. And tensions in the Korean Peninsula. The security environment in the Asia-Pacific has gradually deteriorated over the past decade, and the question facing countries, how should they respond to ensure their own security?
According to the new IISS report, it's the often overlooked non-geopolitical, non-security factors that in fact shape security policies and decisions. These include a wide range of factors, from global market and economic forces to the operational histories of militaries and the political leadership at home.
The report said this results in threat assessments that are either downplayed or overblown, influence defense capability development plans, and narrow defense partnership choices. The report also cited the second term of U.S. President Donald Trump as an example of how domestic politics is shaping international security. The report looking into how he could redefine major questions, from the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East to the role of the Quad and the American approach to Taiwan.
Before Trump came into office, there was a concern that America would depart Asia. And I think what is now happening is perhaps the opposite. It's that the U.S. is increasingly prioritizing Asia, particularly in its competition with China, in a much more sharper way, perhaps. So for some in the region who are on the sharp end of China's behavior, like the Philippines and to some extent Japan, this is perhaps a welcome news. But for those who are not necessarily in the same boat, if you will, the potential for U.S.-China tension growing has significant consequences for them. And so this is where I think it's the U.S. also being caught between a rock and a hard place. It's not just a military problem anymore. There's economics, there's technology, there's finance. And so the increasingly cross-domain competition is where the dance actually will become much more difficult.
This has an impact on Northeast Asia, which the report warned could become more polarized amid growing ties between China, North Korea, and Russia, even though the trio have stopped short of a formal trilateral alliance. This development has increasingly informed Japan's strategic outlook as the country looks to diversify its close partners and build a multi-layered network beyond its alliance with the U.S. For instance, Japan has sought to improve ties with South Korea and broaden collaboration with the Philippines and Australia. Like-minded countries that share concerns over what's seen as Beijing's assertive behavior in the South China Sea and the Chinese military's deployments to the Pacific Islands. Olivia Siong, CNA, Singapore.